In this video, I am going to show you a great budget microphone that can compete with its more expensive competitors for a fraction of their price. If you stick around to the end, I will even give you a few recommended adjustments that can be used to get the best recording out of this device. The Fifine AM8T microphone is a budget sleeper pick that I found when researching online for a quality microphone for a starting creator. It needed to be reasonably priced, but also give enough quality and features to be worth the purchase. Otherwise, it would have just been smarter for me to use my smartphone. This microphone had several reviews across sites such as Reddit and YouTube that gave me the confidence to make this purchase. If you are interested in purchasing the microphone, check out the affiliate link I included below. If you get lucky like I did, Amazon has sales where this item can cost less than $60 for the microphone and boom arm. Let's take a quick look at how the microphone is sold and is packaged. I received the kit that comes with the microphone, the USB cable, and the boom arm together. It is well packaged in this stylish box with plenty of foam padding to protect the contents. The microphone itself is plastic but feels well made with a little bit of weight to it. The microphone has a gain knob on the front to adjust the microphone and a volume knob if connecting a pair of headphones. There is also another button right above that can be pressed to change the RGB colors if that is your thing. On the reverse side of the microphone is a button you can quickly press to mute or unmute, which is a nice to have if streaming or similar. The bottom of the microphone contains the inputs for the USB connection, an XLR connection that can be used if you have some additional equipment to hook into, and a headphone jack. It's worth noting that the USB cable can connect to a USB-C or A on the computer side. Having the ability to use the USB connection and then possibly upgrade to a more professional XLR setup later on is a nice add as well. The top of the microphone has the receiving unit integrated into a metal mesh frame with a fairly nice sound absorbing windscreen on top. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do some testing of this microphone. I've actually unhooked it from the boom arm just so I can kind of rotate it in front of the camera and show you the different pieces that I'm working with. So, I'm going to turn it to the front here first. There's three different buttons here. So this middle knob is your microphone gain. I have mine set at about 70%, and I usually sit about 6 inches away from the microphone. So that was a good spot for me, but you'll definitely want to test that in your environment and do some tests to see where that's best at. And then below that, you have the headphone monitoring volume. So if you hook a headphones into the bottom down here, you can adjust how much volume comes through those when you're listening to your voice. And then this top section here is the way to change the RGB colors. So you can see there as I'm pushing that button, it's cycling through all the colors it has, and then it'll eventually go to like a rainbow option. There it is there. And then you can do an option where it cycles through all the solid colors. It's like that. If you don't like that option, you can actually hold this down for 2 seconds or so, and you can see it'll shut off. So yeah, you turn that back on, you hold it back down, you got a solid and it's just going to cycle through the colors there. Alright, so on the other side here, you will notice we have, this is the mute button. So I guess when you have this set up on the boom arm, you should have this set up in a way where you can access this fairly quickly if you're not using a button on your keyboard or something to mute it through the software, which is a more common use. But this is kind of nice to have. You can, I'll show you here, you can just turn that. And I said you can't hear me, and so that works as intended. It's definitely got a good build quality here. Now you can probably tell as I'm holding it, that is what's recording the volume right now. So I'm holding this kind of at an angle. I'm probably hard to hear. This is definitely a directional mic, so you want to be sitting with it at this angle so you're talking directly into it. Because if I turn it, you'll notice my voice is probably much worse now. So definitely keep that at that angle to hear it better. Alright, I went ahead and set it back up on the boom arm to do the rest of the testing. Now what I've done is I have a fan turned on next to me. It's about 4 feet away, and it's on the high setting, so it's blowing pretty hard at me, so I wanted to kind of see just how much of that sound was coming in through the microphone. And I actually have a fish tank. It's probably about 8 feet to the right of me. You can kind of hear the trickle of water in it as well, so I guess if you listen closely, see what you're able to hear. I think the noise suppression through this windscreen here, and then also on the software, the OBS software, does a pretty good job at blocking a lot of that out. As promised, I wanted to give you a little more details on what you can do on the software side to enhance the microphone even further. So I have the OBS screen up here, and from within here you can change some of the settings for your microphone. So let's right click on the audio input capture and you go to filters. When you open this up, you won't see any of these items. It'll be blank, but we're going to add these one at a time. So you'll add the gain first, and what you'll want to do is talk into your mic. Let me move this a little bit. And make sure that you're not going above this yellow. Even the yellow's a little too much, so I could probably stand to bring my gain down a little bit. But you want to see where the volume is right now and try not to push it into this area too much. So actually, let's do a little adjustment on mine. Let me go down like that. That's a little bit better. I'm still a little high, but I'm also sitting a little bit closer to the mic than I usually do. So. And then after that, you'll go to the noise suppression and add that one. And down here on this plus sign is how you add these additional items. And this will just give you a software way to block out some of the background noise. And then I recommend adding the 3-band equalizer next. You'll have to tinker with these settings. It'll be based on your voice and how you speak into the microphone, what sounds best. But for me, you can kind of see my mid. I turned everything up above 0. I don't know if that helped or not, but I've tinkered with it enough, and I've kind of found that with my voice anyways, the mid and low are a little bit higher than the high, and that seems to give me a decent sound coming out of the microphone. This one can make a lot of difference, but it takes a lot of time to tinker with this too and playing with it. So I was just doing some recordings and playing them back and comparing them to each other to kind of see which one of these sounded the best to me. And the last thing I'd recommend adding is the limiter. The limiter is just like the last stop to make sure that you don't kind of create plosions into your microphone. So it'll keep it from going above a certain level over here. So if you talk really loud into this thing, it'll keep it from getting above that point. So in conclusion, this has been a great mic for me. I've been using it steadily over the last couple of days, and I plan to use this as my main microphone until I can afford something more professional. So please check out the affiliate link below if you're interested in this item, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content. Thanks, guys.